Chapter 10, Additional Pharmacy Practice Settings and Advanced Roles for Technicians. And we will skip over the terms and definitions because we'll cover them in the chapter. As the field of pharmacy evolves, so does the responsibilities and opportunities for the pharmacy technician. The expected employment growth rate for pharmacy technician careers between 2019 and 2029 is 4%. There are several reasons for this increase in the need for technicians with advanced qualifications, such as medication safety regulations, the increasing development of new medications, and the rapid growth of the elderly population who have polypharmacy, and that's the simultaneous use of multiple drugs to treat a single ailment or condition, or going to too many pharmacies concerns. The role of the pharmacy technician was once considered a clerk type position, stocking shelves and running the register. However, the technician's role has grown into a position with important responsibilities, and most states require the pharmacy technician to be licensed or registered with the State Board of Pharmacy. In some cases, national certification is required to obtain a position as a pharmacy technician. More than 69% of pharmacy technicians work in the traditional settings, such as community pharmacies and hospitals. However, with the increase in qualified, experienced, and well-trained technicians, many other opportunities at an advanced level have become available to pharmacy technicians. Previous chapters have discussed the job responsibilities and requirements for an entry-level position. This chapter discusses advanced level opportunities and the requirements for obtaining these positions. Employers hiring pharmacy technicians in an advanced level pharmacy setting often look for individuals who have had previous formal training and often certification. Technicians applying for these types of positions discussed in the following section should keep in mind that the more entry level experience that they have, the more competitive their resume will be. The ASHP, the American Society of Health System Pharmacists, began in 2010 promoting the Practice Advancement Initiative through the Pharmacy Practice Model Initiative. Leadership in advanced training or certification provides a certified technician with additional knowledge and skills to play a larger, significant part of an interdisciplinary team, who, along with assisting the pharmacist, work closely with other healthcare team members to ensure the best overall care of a patient. The technician workforce of tomorrow will begin with education and certification for entry-level positions, followed by advanced specialty positions for technicians. So it's super amazing to see all of the new opportunities that are out there for pharmacy technicians that are not traditional roles. So there's many ways to advance your career and many different opportunities out there once you get some experience under your belt. With the increasing number of medications being prescribed, pharmacies need at least one employee to do the purchasing for the department. Most commonly found in an institutional setting, pharmacy purchasing agents also can work in retail, nuclear, or mail order settings. Also known as the pharmacy procurement specialist or pharmacy buyer, the pharmacy purchasing agent has several responsibilities, including the following: placing daily orders to keep the department stocked so the patient's need can be met, meeting with pharmaceutical sales representatives to discuss new and alternative medications, negotiating prices and contracts, planning ahead for the demand for certain products, establishing cost-effective practices, working closely with pharmacy management to take advantage of cost-saving opportunities, ensuring barcodes are available in integration with electronic records and automated dispensing systems, inventory are current. Working with outside entities such as disaster planning agencies, emergency medical services, and fire safety and public health departments to maintain specific inventories. Maintaining required documentation for returns, waste recalls, and regulatory agencies. This position includes automation and a working knowledge of integration with other systems. Patient dispensing is usually done through automation, and identification methods include barcoding and national drug code numbers. The constant verification of drug names and identifying markers are essential to quality, safety, and accuracy. The EHR is shared with multiple team members internally and externally, and the information recorded must be accurate. Records for dispensed medications, charges and credits, and regulatory information are part of the daily responsibilities for this advanced position. By 2023, the requirement for establishing an electronic tracking system known as the Drug Supply Chain Security Act will require the establishment of an interoperable system to track certain prescriptions per the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. This is to improve the detection of harmful or dangerous products and then the deletion from the pharmacy supply chain. Along with maintaining the records for this, the technician must also record and maintain controlled substance information, recalls, investigational medications, and reverse distributor records. In most facilities, the requirements for this position of pharmacy purchasing agent usually include up to 2 years of experience as a pharmacy technician and related on-the-job training. Additional requirements may include one or more pharmacy technician certifications. In addition, an associate's or bachelor's degree, although not required, is often preferred. A person interested in this type of position should have general clerical and computer knowledge and excellent communication skills. Medication reconciliation is defined as the process of preparing documentation with brand, generic, and drug use information to ensure accuracy of the patient's current regimen. Other pertinent information, such as allergies and conditions or diseases, is also included to provide a complete patient profile. Typically, this is done through an interview process with a medication reconciliation technician. The pharmacy medication reconciliation technician is an essential factor in patient safety. The goal of this position is to prevent medication errors. Adverse drug events are preventable, and according to the Institute of Medicine, in a 2006 report, 1.5 million errors occur each year in the United States. This can include errors in dosing amounts or times, wrong drugs, or interactions with food or other drugs. Performing medication reconciliation can prevent drug omissions, duplications, errors in dosing, drug-drug interactions, and ADEs. Since 2009, the process of medication reconciliation has reduced medication errors to less than 5%. This step-by-step medication reconciliation process is as follows. So the first thing you would do is develop a list of the current medications, develop a list of medication to be ordered and prescribed, compare the information on the two lists, making clinical decisions, communicating the new list to be appropriate for the individuals. The technician's responsibility begins with interviewing patients about their at-home medications, including prescription and over-the-counter medications, vitamins, and herbal supplements. This can be done in the emergency department before admission to the floor, during a preoperative registration for procedure, or on discharge. The list should include the drug name, dosage, frequency of administration, and any notes included with the medication. The technician may have to call different sources to get all the information required to complete each patient's list. Calls are frequently made to pharmacies, prescriber's office, long-term care facilities, and other healthcare settings. Once a patient's list is complete, the technician is responsible for entering the information into the computer system, being careful to avoid any errors so that it is available to the healthcare provider. This information helps the provider make informed decisions about the patient's medication regimen. Although additional education is not required for the position of medication reconciliation technician, the pharmacy technician is always at an advantage if he or she is certified. Medication reconciliation technicians must be familiar with medications and possible side effects and or drug-drug interactions or food-drug interactions. As a result, the technician must have significant experience in the pharmacy field. Medication reconciliation technicians also must have good communication skills and a strong sense of professionalism because they communicate with the patient in person. Once the listing is complete, the technician's role does not stop. As part of the interdisciplinary team, the next step may include filling the prescriptions and delivery at bedside before discharge. It can also include collaborations with nursing and pharmacists for reviews or future improvement of plans of care or transfers to other facilities. In addition, criteria-based screening is often used to alert the pharmacist of an intervention need, which requires critical thinking and advanced knowledge of pharmacology and disease profiles. Prior approval or investigational drug coordinator. This position may be a separate part or part of the medication reconciliation technician position because certain medications require special documentation before dispensing. The technician must maintain inventory, keep records, and under the direct supervision of a pharmacist, work directly with manufacturers, physicians, nurses, and patients on a daily basis. Patients who participate in a study or clinical trial have to be located and require extensive interviewing and medical history documentation. Medications needing prior approval, PAs, can require prior regimens of other trials or less expensive medications. This may be due to third-party requirements, manufacturer recommendations, or the inability of the patient to afford the medication. In all of these cases, a working knowledge of pharmacology and good writing and communication skills are needed. In addition, dispensing of investigational drugs, prior approved drugs, or indigent medication requires separate inventory control and documentation and often advanced or specific ordering and return protocols. The managed care pharmacy technician. The definition of managed care is an organized healthcare delivery system designed to improve both the quality and the accessibility of healthcare, including pharmaceutical care, while containing cost. Congress passed the Health Maintenance Organization Act in 1973, creating health maintenance organizations, which we know as HMOs. When HMOs started up, the cost of prescription medications accounted for only about 5% of healthcare costs. However, because of improved healthcare and the discovery of more effective treatments for medical conditions and diseases, the number of elderly patients has increased. Most elderly patients take multiple medications, increasing the need for the management of prescription drug use. As a result, pharmacy benefit management companies were created, so PBMs. The purpose of PBMs is to develop and manage broad and cost-efficient prescription drug benefits for a large group of patient populations. The responsibilities of a pharmacist in a PBM setting include building formularies, creating drug benefit plans, and negotiating contracts with community pharmacy. The role of the pharmacy technician in this setting varies even more broadly. Managed care pharmacy technicians work mainly in an office, and their responsibilities include the following: providing benefit information to the patient or client, determining the proper use of benefits, receiving and entering clinical data, processing claims for members according to their benefits, troubleshooting rejected claims, entering and preparing mail order prescriptions. Although no additional formal education is required for this position, companies usually require experience in the pharmacy field and prefer call center experience. The training required for this position is most commonly company-based training. So pharmacy technician, educator, or trainer. Another area of specialty for a pharmacy technician is education or training. An experienced pharmacy technician can take on a role as an educator at an accredited school or lead training for new pharmacy employees. As a pharmacy technician trainer, a technician must have adequate experience in the practice area he is or she is teaching. A trainer's responsibility is to provide on-the-job training for new employees or for technicians in new roles. The training usually continues until the trainer and the new employee both feel confident that the new employee can perform the task with minimal supervision. In some instances, the trainee may have to take a test to prove that he or she understands some task and can complete the work. The pharmacy technician educator is most commonly found working for an accredited college or university, either on campus or online. Some community pharmacies, Walgreens and CVS, offer a training course that is certified by ASHP, an accreditation council for pharmacy education, and differs from on-the-job training. The responsibilities of a pharmacy technician educator include teaching pharmacy technician students the knowledge and skills they need to pass an ASHP, ACP, approved national certification examination, and become certified pharmacy technicians. Subjects taught by pharmacy technician educators include the following: personal, interpersonal knowledge and skills, foundational professional knowledge and skills, processing and handling of medications and medication orders, sterile and non-sterile compounding, procurement, billing, reimbursement, and inventory management, patient and medication safety, technology and informatics, regulatory issues, and quality assurance. Most schools with campuses provide a hands-on laboratory where students learn and demonstrate compounding techniques, intravenous solution admixtures, prescription processing, and the correct way to handle products in the pharmacy setting. All pharmacy technician programs are moving toward becoming ASHP, ACPE approved, which we are here at Ross, which requires the programs to teach the required goals and objectives of an accredited program found on the ASHP website. Technicians interested in a rewarding career as a pharmacy technician educator must have national certification, meet their state's regulations for practice, have at least an associate's degree, and a minimum of 5 years of experience in the pharmacy setting. Most employers look for candidates with retail and hospital pharmacy experience, and individuals with a bachelor's degree tend to be more competitive. Although a pharmaceutical sales representative career is a more non-traditional setting for a pharmacy technician, it has its advantages. The pay for a pharmaceutical sales representative is significantly higher than that for a pharmacy technician in a traditional setting. According to the Bureau of Labor and Statistics, as of 2015, the median salary for a pharmacy technician is about $30,000, growing at 9% annually. And the median salary for a pharmaceutical sales rep is about $92,000. Most pharmaceutical companies offer their employees a company car and a great benefits package. The responsibilities of a pharmaceutical sales rep include traveling to the client's site and promoting their assigned medication. The representative should have on hand important information on the medication he or she is trying to sell, including up to date reports on clinical studies and side effects, in addition to knowledge of the drug. The ultimate goal of a sales representative is to do everything possible to sell specific products, often by persuading the buyer that the products are the best on the market. The requirements for a pharmaceutical sales rep include an associate or bachelor's degree in fields such as biology, chemistry, marketing, business, or related field. The candidate also must have excellent communication skills. Other qualifications for a candidate in the pharmacy sales industry include self-motivation and self-confidence. Experience in business relations is preferred. This area of pharmacy does not require national certification. However, a candidate who is knowledgeable about the policies and procedures of pharmacy is at an advantage. As defined by the Department of Pharmacy Practice at Purdue University, nuclear pharmacy is a specialty area of pharmacy practice dedicated to compounding and dispensing of radioactive materials for use in nuclear medicine procedures. Nuclear pharmacy developed after the specialty of nuclear medicine was recognized by the American Medical Association. With the increase in the use of nuclear products, it became evident that individuals were needed to prepare these products. Larger hospitals were able to accommodate this activity. However, many smaller hospitals do not have the staff or capability to handle the radioactive materials, resulting in the concept of centralized freestanding nuclear pharmacies. When an order or a prescription is written and presented for a particular radioactive product, it is entered by the pharmacist just as it would be in the traditional setting. The pharmacy technician, taking specific safety precautions, prepares the products as ordered. The final product is checked by the pharmacist and dispensed or shipped to its destination using proper procedures to reduce the risk for exposure. Radiopharmaceuticals are a special class of drugs used in the nuclear pharmacy. The Mayo Clinic defines radiopharmaceuticals as agents used to diagnose certain medical problems or to treat certain diseases that may be given by mouth, by injection, or placed into the eye or into the bladder. The technician must be aware of special risks such as exposure to radioactive material when preparing and handling these materials, and specialized training is required for everyone handling these products, including the pharmacists and pharmacy technicians. The University of Arkansas for Medical Sciences, the University of New Mexico, Purdue University, and Ohio State University are the only schools that offer an approved training program for nuclear pharmacy technicians. Because of the strict guidelines required to perform the duties of a nuclear technician, many nuclear pharmacies send new employees to attend these programs to complete their training. Some very important competencies required of the nuclear pharmacy technician include the following: a thorough knowledge of the terms, abbreviations, and symbols often used in the prescription of radiopharmaceuticals, the ability to differentiate between therapeutic and diagnostic use of radiopharmaceuticals, A knowledge of procedures related to the reconstitution, packaging, labeling, aseptic compounding, and validation of parenteral admixture techniques. The ability to perform the calculations required to compound the preparation. A knowledge of the record keeping procedures for compounding and dispensing of radiopharmaceuticals, including those involving quality control and testing. Because of the risks associated with the nuclear pharmacy setting, the pay in this area of pharmacy is most often higher than in a traditional pharmacy practice setting. Furthermore, because of the specialized nature of this practice, opportunities in the nuclear pharmacy setting are very limited. I remember I seen a job posting for nuclear pharmacy technician just a few years ago before I worked at Ross, and I thought, oh, this might be something really great to get into. And then I seen that they were literally paying like $11 an hour, and I was like, yeah, no. So I don't know if that's necessarily always true. It's probably in certain areas and different pharmacies that the pay might be larger. Remote telepharmacy technician. So since the early 2000s, the National Association of Boards of Pharmacy have included telepharmacy in its Model Pharmacy Act defining pharmacy practices. The Model Pharmacy Act, updated every August, provides the boards of pharmacy with model language they may use when developing state laws or board rules. The NABP defines telepharmacy as the provision of pharmaceutical care through the use of telecommunications and information technologies to patients at a distance. Telepharmacy has expanded nationwide since its start in rural areas of North Dakota. This system has had positive results serving communities that have been without pharmacies for years. Within the past decade, a total of 16 states have written rules and regulations that allow this practice. Other states are considering moving forward with rules and regulations to begin the telepharmacy practice, and no state laws prohibit the practice of telepharmacy. As the practice of telepharmacy grows, it is no longer restricted to rural areas. Veterans Affairs healthcare organizations across the country are using the technology of telepharmacy in their community-based clinics. And the VA is an exceptional place to get hired as a pharmacy technician. So definitely something to look into if there's one around your home. Telepharmacy consists of a centralized pharmacy where the pharmacist is located in a community pharmacy where the technician is located. The centralized pharmacy is connected to the community pharmacy by audio and/or visual technology, allowing the pharmacist to communicate with the pharmacy technician while remaining in the community pharmacy. The technology also allows the pharmacist to communicate with the patient and to check and verify the prescriptions being dispensed. The job responsibilities of a pharmacy technician in a telepharmacy setting are much like those of a technician in a community or hospital pharmacy. However, because the pharmacist is not physically on site with the technician, a candidate for this position must have experience, self motivation, and self confidence. In some states, a tech procedure is an improved practice where the pharmacist is not available. One technician can check another technician's work. No extra formal education is required for a telepharmacy technician position, although a candidate who is certified is preferable. Pharmacy informatics is a specialty practice of pharmacy that focuses on the use of information technology and drug information to optimize medication use. With the requirements set forth by the government to help reduce medication errors through the use of technology, informatics has become an increasingly important field. The main responsibility of a pharmacy informatics technician is to provide support for pharmacy information and clinical systems. The technician assists in building new systems to be used by the pharmacy staff and also must be available to help troubleshoot if anything needs to be fixed. In this setting, the technician should build in relevant pharmacy information into informatics materials. No additional education is required for this position of pharmacy informatics technician. However, most employers look for candidates with a bachelor's degree, preferably in computer science and a knowledge of pharmacology. A minimum of 2 years experience in a community or hospital pharmacy is required for a prospective candidate in pharmacy informatics. Lead pharmacy technician. This position requires national certification, proven leadership skills, and experience as working in the pharmacy as a certified pharmacy technician. Sometimes an advanced degree also may be required. This position includes daily responsibilities such as the following: interviewing, identifying, and assessing baseline skill levels for technicians, scheduling training and task assignments for the technicians in a department or even multiple sites, performing audits for compliance such as USP, patient safety, and quality to ensure optimum workflow, serving as additional team members when a department is short of employees or as workload requires. In some states, technicians can check another technician's work in certain dispensing situations known as tech check tech. In North Carolina, for instance, a lead technician could check another registered technician's filling of floor stock or unit dose medications in a hospital setting. In addition to good leadership and communication skills, a basic understanding of all technician roles in traditional and non-traditional settings is needed. Multitasking and organizational skills are also key to managing other technicians and managing products. All right, medication adherence or compliance technician. There are more than 4 billion prescriptions being dispensed in the United States yearly that are never filled or taken as prescribed. Non-adherence costs the industry and can be linked to more than 125 deaths each year. Technicians are often the first and last contact point at a pharmacy, and this interaction can greatly influence how the patient will take their medication. Advanced trained technicians can recognize roadblocks such as financial hardship, language barriers, or other issues that may lead to non-adherence. Some of the qualities needed for this position are the ability to problem solve, good verbal and written skills, knowledge of pharmacology, and the ability to research and analyze data. These positions may be found at inpatient facilities, community pharmacies, or even at home. Companies employ technicians to educate and inform patients on the services they offer and communicate any concerns to the pharmacist if needed. This may include completing a medication history or updating an electronic profile. Certified technicians should complete additional continuing education or specialty certifications in the area of medication reconciliation and stay current on new drugs and pharmacy regulations. Other similar positions for advanced technicians are discussed in case studies found on the ASH website, and here's a link. Advances in technology are making new medical treatments ever more available. A growing population of elderly requires more medications, and the healthcare industry in general is rapidly expanding. As a result of all these factors, pharmacy technician employment is expected to continue to grow. As new treatments are discovered and new technology is created, the role of the pharmacy technician also will evolve. Education and experience are common requirements for the current and future practice settings of pharmacy, but professionalism is the most important characteristic of a candidate seeking any healthcare position. I'm just going to highlight this. This might come in handy when you're doing your homework or quiz, knowing this. Since 2020, PTCB has required graduation from an ASHP ACPE accredited technician program or from a PTCB approved program to sit for the pharmacy technician certification exam. This comes after much debate and discussion among the pharmacy profession and education community. The PTCB now offers high school students the opportunity to sit for the PTCE within 60 days of graduation. Future models from ASHP advocate a minimum of an associate's degree from an accredited source. Education and ongoing competence for technicians will ensure the continuing knowledge and quality of care for patients. The advancement of roles, specific training, assessment of accuracy for a position, and specialty certifications also began to be offered by PTCB. Currently, PTCB offers special certifications as the following: immunization administration, controlled substance diversion prevention program, hazardous drug management, billing and reimbursement, compounded sterile preparation, technician product verification, and medication history. In addition, a certified pharmacy technician in good standing who completes PTCB requirements will have the ability to earn a new designation called the CPHT Advanced. So that's something really cool that is now available. And something that you can look forward to advancing your career with. There are also several continuing education courses offered by other organizations that cover medication therapy management, veterinarian medications, diabetes management, and both sterile and non-sterile compounding with more on the horizon. The future is bright, and beginning with entry-level knowledge, technicians can advance in careers and become very successful. Just keep that in mind that, when you go out into your first job, You might not be making the kind of money that you necessarily want to, but once you get some experience under your belt, you can apply for some of these advanced roles in your community, um, further your education, and you could probably be making double of what you're starting out as. All right. And do you remember these key points?